Now, how many searches are there on search engines on a daily basis? Well, there's on Google alone 3 billion searches, and people search for everything under the sun. However, half of those searches are about local places, local businesses and services that people can actually walk to or drive to. And in fact, even 97% of people state that they will learn about a local business or a local service online first. That's another very important piece of information for us. And so since they will look through search engines, I have had a look here. Who is the king here of search engines? Well, in Europe, it is Google, 92% of market share, but in Norway and Sweden, it's even more so because it has 94, 95% market share. So for our clubs, it makes sense to be found online when people are searching for answers, and to make sense to be found online on Google, because that's where people are going to search. The search engine that they're going to use most likely is Google. Now, is it easy to be found on Google? And the answer is no. The reason for that is because it is an extremely competitive space. Companies, not non-profit organizations like ours, but for-profit companies pay high, they pay a lot of money to be present there in Google, because that's where people are searching for them, right? And I have here a bar graph for you that shows numbers from 1 to 10 on the column here on the left. And if you're wondering if these are pages, like the first 10 pages get this much traffic, think again. Those are not pages, those are search results in the first page. So that means that only the first 10 search results in the first page of Google search get traffic. The rest, they get nothing. So second page, third page, fourth page, forget it. They don't stand a chance. Is it easy for our clubs to rank up there in the first 10 positions? The answer is no. Unless, of course, we're so lucky to have an IT manager who is also a CEO expert, search engine optimization expert, and can do it for us. Otherwise, we have to be rich clubs, because this kind of work costs in the thousands of euros. All right, but it's not all gloom and doom, because I have good news for you. Introducing this, which is the result that you get by using the tool that I have been promising to show you how to use, and that is Google Business Profile. The Google Business Profile was created in 2014 by Google itself to give its half searches. I was telling you, it gets 3 billion searches per day, and half of them are local in intent. So to give an answer to all those people who are looking for places near them, it has created this platform that caters to them. And so when they search, like in this case, it is public speaking in Verona, where I live, it understands the intent, which is local, because it means that I want to find a place that's located there, not an online class that's located somewhere else in the world. It returns me what is called technically a map pack, which is what you see here. A map, because you see there is a Google map there, and the pack is the 3-pack, which are the top 3 results. The ones that Google, through its algorithm, believes are the best results for me, who I'm searching, okay? Google says, hey, look, these, I've looked through the web for you, and I'm pretty sure that here you can really find what you're looking for. So does it make sense to you, since we are local services, our clubs live in our communities, and we want to attract people who live in our communities? Does it make sense to you that we should come up here on top when people are searching for things that we can offer them? I believe the answer is yes. And by the way, what you see circle there is my club. I have been, I prepared a Google profile for my club 3 years ago. And if you optimize it, and I'm going to show you how to do that, you will get the same result. So let's get out of the presentation and into the computer. Okay, so now I'm going to, second part of the webinar, I'm going to show you what an optimized profile looks like. So now we have our 3-pack, as I was explaining to you, and what happens when the people click on that. They will get a map. The reason for that is that whenever you prepare a Google profile, it is automatically connected to Google Maps. So you don't need to do anything. It's just done for you, so that people will be able to come over here, get directions to your club, whether if they can come by bus, if they can come by bicycle, by car, on foot, whatever. And this is what people get when they click on that result there. They get a nice card. This one, as you can see, is pretty long because it's optimized and it has a lot of information. This is even better than having a website, okay? First of all, because people find it when they're looking for you, I mean, things that you can offer, and it's all condensed right in here. Now, let me show you what's here. Well, first of all, there is a website that it's our personal website that we can go to, the directions. And then one of the first thing people see is this, reviews. 97% of people in the marketing research stated that they will look at reviews before making any kind of purchasing decisions. So I'm sure that's you and me too. So that is extremely important to have those reviews there. If you don't have reviews, I'm going to show you how to get them very, very easily. I'm going to give you a couple of tips and tricks here. Next, there is a series of information that people are interested in, where you are, what your opening hours, and things like that. We'll come back to this in a minute. We can post pictures. It's important to have pictures up there because when people land on your profile, they want to know who are the people in your club? What are you doing there? Look, they got a funny light post. What could that mean? They have people that smile and they have a ton of ribbons there. What does that mean? You know, make them curious. Publish pictures that will get the sense of who you are in your club and what you do. Here, of course, we have those reviews that we were talking about. And plus, what you can do, you can post. You can post on a daily basis like you would on Facebook or on LinkedIn. You can post on a weekly basis. That's up to you. You can create events. And the nice thing is that here there is a book button that can send people to that meetup that you have set up or to your Eventbrite. So you get people not only from Meetup and Eventbrite, but you get the people from Google to go to your Meetup and Eventbrite event. You can publish videos. I recommend you to publish videos, short ones, about maybe a good evaluation, or maybe that, you know, sometimes we have some fantastic table topics. Publish one so people get a feeling for what we do when they land on you and they were searching for things they were looking for, and you are the answer for that. Okay, so now let me come back here to this part, which I said I was going to talk about it later. I have a question for you. I'm not really going to open that much the floor because I have a lot to say in a short time, but now I am going to open the floor. Do you believe that as Toastmasters clubs, we have products to offer? Anyone have an idea about that? Do we have products as Toastmasters? Anybody?
Yes, we do.
Okay, Elizabeth, what are they?
I think it's learning new skills. It's yeah, being a leader, a few things like that, and videos and workbooks and that sort of thing.
Okay, yes. Well, we have services. Those are services that we offer, okay? But products, something that costs something.
Okay.
Training program?
Yes, that's it. We do. We have beautiful training programs. We have fantastic training programs that only cost $20, but they're worth thousands of dollars. They are our paths, okay? Now, recently, Google Profile has allowed products to be displayed, and we should really be leveraging this, because these paths here that we have: dynamic leadership, persuasive influence, team collaboration, visionary communication. These are really small MBAs, okay? If they're really done well, they have a whole lot of speeches that prepare people to then carry out projects in the 4th and 5th level, really hands-on projects. If you were to do this through a university, you would pay thousands to do this, okay? So we really need to tell the world. I'm adamant about this, okay? I'm really strong behind this, because I believe that as clubs, we're selling ourselves short. Now, what does this look like to a person? It comes here and it can, browse through the different kind of educational offers that we have, and you can explain to them what they are in short, and then you can send them to a larger explanation if you feel like. And if you're wondering where I got those thumbnails there, I've made them. And I am be very, very happy to share them with you if you want to use them on your own profile. They're already made. Don't worry about, of course, if you want to make your own, that's great too. But they're there for everybody to use. Okay, so this is what an optimized profile looks like. This is the kind of profile that gets me about my club, which is in a small town, by the way, and it's an English-only club, which is makes it even, less popular because Italians don't like English. And we still get many guests, and we still get people who are very interested because they are searching for this kind of thing. Okay, we get in the past 3 months, in the last quarter, we got over 2,000 views from people who never heard about us first, because there is statistics, right, that you can have a look at. Okay, now I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to go into another presentation part, which is I'm going to show you how to do it. As I was mentioning earlier, I'm not going into the setup process because it's very easy, and besides, there is those tutorials that will teach you. What we will look at is how to optimize it for Toastmasters, because that you're not going to be able to find anywhere really, whether online or offline. Okay, just in this webinar here for now. So let's say that you have set up everything fine, and now you are in your profile manager, which is here. How are you going to optimize it? You go here in this left-hand column here, and you go down to info. And this is the page that opens. That is where your optimization will start. And the optimization starts with the name of your club. Now, as you can see there, it says Verona Toastmasters Public Speaking Club. I have added public speaking because it is a very, very important keyword, and that will definitely help me rank high in the Google searches. However, it is controversial because some say that it is against Google's regulations. Now, let's think about this for a moment. The reason it is against Google regulation, it is because Google wants business profiles names like this one to reflect what people know you by, okay? And that, since it was born for the brick and mortar businesses that usually have signs in front of them, it wants that sign to be reflected here in this name, or this name reflect the sign, all right? Now, as Toastmasters, we don't have signs. We don't have storefronts. But what do we have? We have online presence. We have Facebook pages. We have LinkedIn pages. We have websites. That's how Google knows what our real name is. It's through our online presence. So make sure that whatever you choose here is exactly, and when I say exactly, I mean computer exact, precisely the same as everywhere else that your name is listed, okay? Because Google can and will check. So make sure that your website has Verona Toastmaster Public Speaking Club in it, your Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, Twitch, whatever you have, okay? Having said that, this same consistency and precision works for everything else that's on this page, always because we're talking with a computer, we're not talking with a person. So the same goes for your address. If your address is spelled a little bit differently, and I mean, I don't mean totally different address, but just the same one, but not written the same way, it does not match for the computer, okay? So what I suggest is you just copy and paste, so it will be exactly the same. Because to Google, consistency spells trust and dependability, okay? And the more it feels that you can be trusted, the higher it will let you rank. So that's why I'm not going to go back to this point. Just remember, copy and paste if you need to. So now let's get into a very important part. I would say the most important one, which is this one, and it is the keywords. It's called categories. Google will let you choose just one main category. What is a main category? Well, it's of course a keyword, but what kind of keyword? Think of it this way. If you were to describe what you do in your club or what a Toastmasters club does in just one word, what would it be? Just one word. That's how difficult this is. Not only that, but you cannot choose it freely. You have to choose from a list of keywords that Google has already come up with. That list is quite comprehensive because it's 4,070 to date. So what you need to do is grab yourself a cup of coffee or a beer, whatever you want, sit down and go through 4,070 keywords to find the one that fits best your club. But relax, I've done it for you, okay? I've had 2 cups of coffee, but I went through all those 4,070 keywords and I've come up with 6 of them. 6 that really are fitting to what I believe are fitting, okay? It's my opinion, a Toastmasters club. The first one is also the one that I've chosen because it's the most important one, and it is a training center. Because I believe that what we really, at the core of what we do is training. The next ones are club, learning center, adult education school, nonprofit organization, and association or organization. To me, all these 6 keywords do reflect who we are, but they're not all born equal. The reason for that is if you think that, are we a club? Yes, we are clubs, but now put yourself in the shoes, because this particular, especially the primary category, will be what the keyword that Google will use to match you with the queries asked there. So if somebody has a problem with public speaking, or not a problem, but they want to improve their public speaking, are they looking for a club? No, they're looking for a place. They don't care if it's a club. Same thing for nonprofit organization. If I want to get better at my career, have a better chance in my career with leadership or public speaking, Do I necessarily need to do so in a non-profit organization? The answer is no. So those keywords there, even though they do describe us, they are not really what you want to put there up first, because otherwise you will never match what people are looking for. So I believe that the best three are either training center, learning center, and adult education school. Now it's up to you. You can also experiment. You can also go through the 4,000 keywords, okay? But you will find these in the PDF that I'm going to be sharing. Next. Well, this is service areas. What does this mean? It means that if your club is in a location and has other cities nearby, maybe half-hour drive, 45 minutes drive, 1 hour drive sometimes, that have no Toastmasters club, you might want to put those cities also in there, because that means that you also service those areas. People might come from there. And now another important thing that most people would definitely overlook, and instead it's paramount, is the opening hours. And that is because we have all come so used to looking up businesses on Google, on the local directories of Google, and say, oh yeah, it's open, it says here on Google, okay? Now, it's tricky for us as Toastmasters because we have funny opening hours. We don't have regular opening hours. We are open 1 week, yes, and 1 week, no, and only at certain times, okay? So do you know what happens if you don't get this right? What happens is this: a person might decide to come and visit you because Google says that you're open because it's Tuesday at 7 p.m. and here it says that Tuesdays we have meetings. They show up at your door, there's nobody there. So they bang on the door, they ask around, nobody knows anything. You know what happens to that person? They get mad because they feel they've been misled. They've been let down. And you know what happens when a person gets mad? They are very likely to write a very bad review, okay? So you don't want that to happen. And I'm going to show you now the trick to be safe, to really get over that. And the trick is here. So you go to the dates and to the hours, regular hours, and you choose on the week, whichever date you usually meet. In my case, it's Tuesdays from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. 1 week on, 1 week off, okay? But I choose here that, and I save that. Then I scroll down here where there's already some dates where it says close, 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 close. These are pre-populated by Google. These are your country's festivities, like Christmas, the first day of the year, things like this, okay? And it's pre-populated by Google. You just go in here and scroll all the way down where it says add a new date. And here you get a calendar, which is your safety net. Because what you're going to do here, you're going to go to the Tuesday, which are going to be closed because there's no meeting on that Tuesday. Say the next meeting for us, there's no meeting next Tuesday. So it automatically sets it as open. You toggle it closed and save. At this point, you're safe because it will show that you're closed on that particular Tuesday or whatever day it is you're meeting. Okay, this is for Toastmasters, a safety net. Now let's go on. Phone number. I have my phone number there. Of course, this is a very personal choice. I'm getting phone calls, good ones, because usually when people get their hands on a phone is because they're really interested. I never had bad experiences. However, it is very personal. Here you have your website. If you own a website, you want to put it in there. The appointment links. Okay, the appointment links always, because we want to have a complete profile, because the more your profile is complete, the higher it will rank. You might want to do this. For instance, do you have Eventbrite where people can sign up for your meeting? Do you have Meetup? You can put it in there. Do you have a contact form on your website, you might want to put it in there. Products, we already have had an extensive look at that. I'll show you just to, you add them very, very easily. Just drag and drop the picture in here and fill out the form. Then the next important one is services. And I get back to what Elizabeth was saying, that yes, we have a lot of services. We offer a lot of services to our to people, to our audience. And here there are more keywords. These keywords, luckily, are free. That means you can type in there whatever you want. They will be checked, but you can type anything you want. And here you can, let go wild with these and really describe everything that people can learn from us, the kind of services that we offer. The way it works is you take the very first primary category, which was training center in my case, which was that there at the top. And I explain what kind of training center we are, because of course, there's lots of training center. Do we train people in tennis, ski, swimming? No, we train people in public speaking, impromptu speaking, leadership, etc., etc. So here you will just put in all those keywords. After that, there are attributes. What are attributes? This is a list and it's pre-populated, and you just have to toggle whichever you feel applies. Like for instance, in our club, it is wheelchair accessible. So I toggle that. Appointment is required. It used that people could drop right in, but now we want people to make an appointment first because of COVID. We also ask them to wear masks, always because of COVID. And then there's one other important thing that you can find here under attributes, and that is service options. Do you hold hybrid meetings? There is no other way of saying that, but here it is. It says, you can have toggle online classes and toggle on-site services. That tells people that they can either access you online or on-site. It's the closest that it comes to hybrid meetings. And finally, you have a description. I'm not going to tell you what to write in here, but you have 750 characters. So use all of them, the most that you can. Try and put in some keywords. Don't stuff keywords, because artificial intelligence of Google can understand a natural language against a list of keywords. So just use natural language, but stuff a few keywords in there. And finally, just put the date of your charter. When was your club chartered? The reason for that is that it will show on that card there as open plus 3 years, plus 7 years, plus 18 years. And that adds to the trustworthiness of your club, really. Okay, now I see that we are almost done with time. I have promised you to show you how to get easily some reviews. So this is the last thing I'm going to do, and that is you go back here to your homepage and you scroll down until you find this little guy here that says get more reviews. You click on that, and here this window opens. This is magic, and I'm going to show you why I mean that this is magic. You tap here where it says link copied, and look what happens when someone receives that link and clicks on it. Google will take them to your profile, and it will automatically open. Now it's populated because, of course, I have already given my club a review. It will open the review box, a clean review box. So people can give you stars, people can write their review, and they can even also add pictures. All in one click. They don't need to go around the different websites, the different Google, and try and find to give you a review. As simple as this. Now the sneaky thing. How can you get people to click on that link there and to give you a review? Well, first of all, your club. That is all your club members. You might want to invite them, just send them a little WhatsApp with that link and say, hey, wouldn't you like to leave our club a review? Okay, that's the first. But then you also have guests, happy guests. Well, the night after your meeting, you send them a follow-up letter, because you do, right? If you don't, you should. And that's where you can say, well, we were so happy to have you yesterday at our meetings, and we hope to see you again next time. You can say whatever you feel is most fit. But then you can also say, as Toastmasters, we really enjoy feedbacks. Would you be willing and would you be so kind to leave us a review, some feedback in the form of a review on Google? Here is a link, just click on the link. Okay, many guests will leave you a review that way, especially because it's very easy to do. You take all the fuss out of it. And then the third way that you can use this would be on your website. You can put that link under a button and say, leave a review on Google, and just put that link under the button. Okay, now it's 11:39. I'm afraid I need to stop. And I don't even have time for questions. Sorry for that.